just a moment. Let me get warmed up. How now, brown cow? Also, hello. Starting pretty late today. Apologize for that, but I tried getting up early and then I ended up getting up the exact same time I always get up. My sleep schedule is really bad. But aside from that, just gotta take a second to fix the camera a bit. Let's see. The exposure, we do the usual -3, then we turn down the brightness to fine tune it. Turn up contrast. Bump up to saturation so I don't look completely dead. I mean, I might look completely dead. I do have pale skin. Yeah. That looks pretty good. That's all I can think of. Alright. So, we're going to be continuing on with the drawing that we already been working on for a little bit. After last stream, I broke down all the layers, got rid of some of the extra ones, and named everything, so now everything should be, like, worked out and detailed. Or, sorry, everything should be broken down as it needs to be. It's mirror making the back wall smaller to fit in more windows. So, yeah, I left myself a little note there. I did not make that into its own group, so 1 second. Notes group. Make it purple for more meta stuff that aren't going to show up. I'm going to call this one notes text. And this one's going to be called notes background. I could probably shorten it to BG. Let's just do that, BG. That's going to be like shorthand from now on. Because I'm usually very verbose whenever I do these things. Like, I really just like expounding upon all the details and making sure everything can show up. But yeah, we're still in the sketchy phase, trying to get everything to work. Next, we're going to just continue refining the background. I'm probably not going to go on for super long. I am pretty tired, which, I mean, usually I am, but exceptionally tired. I got like 3 hours of sleep because I just could not fall asleep. I don't know what it is. Or, well, I do know what it is. I got up at like 3 p.m. Or, sorry, I fell asleep at like 11 p.m. and then woke up at like 1 in the morning the next day. And then the day after that, I didn't wake up until like 10 p.m. And then I got into bed at like 5 in the morning and just like expected myself to fall asleep after sleeping like, I don't know, 10 to 11 hours each day. So my body was just like not completely ready to do stuff, but it definitely was not ready for even more sleep. Okay, so yeah, very sleepy. Just got back from out of town, got some food. I'm very full, and I have my coffee here. It's very hot. Sorry if I do that obnoxiously loud. It's a really obnoxious thing, but slurping actually makes it so you can taste better. Specifically for like coffee, like you'll see like people who do like tasting for food brands, they'll always do like it works, it's just really annoying. Okay, so we are gonna keep working on the background. I think we're gonna finish the background for this stream. I think that's my only goal. We're not gonna go too high, too low. That's the most recent pass. These are more guidelines. These are more guidelines. Chandeliers on one. This is an issue I had originally, was that I didn't know which, for some reason, a lot of the layers go over each other. I think this is the most up to date as far as that goes. Yeah, this isn't very up to date. The only thing that's up to date is the windows. And then I do have a guide, so let's see. Yeah, it looks like this one's the most up to date. Make sure I have the right color, and we're just gonna jump right back into doing the background details. 1 second. The audio is like piercingly loud for me. It's a nice song, or background music, but it's just a little too crazy for me. I'm gonna check in a minute to see how the audio is doing on the Twitch end of things. Oh, what? That's not an eraser. That's... we should be using it. That's nice. Okay. I kind of want to separate everything in the background that we're gonna need to keep for the background. So, yeah, let me just do this. I'm just gonna cut out the parts that I need to keep. But I think basically just this window and maybe the roof. That's really pleasant. It kind of reminded me of the Friday Night Funkin' thing. Yeah, this is the layer. Make that 100, just turn it to normal. Control X, Control E. Select. We're gonna turn off the guide for a second. So let's make the building guide really light. Then we're gonna erase all the parts of the piece that I cut out from Pew Guide, so they can blend together better. So the parts that I definitely don't need are gonna be like these guidelines here. Oh. I see why that did that. I'm gonna erase these little pieces here. We're gonna have to fix the angle for that window. Erase that. Oop. Trimmed off like the corner. I'm gonna trim off these pieces here where it's coming from the roof. There we go. And then from here, all we really need is that little piece, but we can ignore that for now. So these two layers I'm gonna combine. Raise this over to like 100, make it normal. Ooh, before I do that, let's turn it back down. Let's try to like let's try to manipulate this window so it fits a little better. We're gonna use my move brush. Here it is. I can maybe just do it this way without like having to tweak it too much. Yeah, that tip is gonna be all sorts of warped. Hang on, wait a second. What if we just like grab the entire tip? That doesn't sound right. There we go. All it took was a little bit of manipulating. So, the note I put earlier said that to combine. Hang on a second. I'm gonna merge these together. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, this looks really ugly. Oh, let me deselect now. This for some reason is cutting all the way through here. We're on the wrong layer. I think this one's entirely just like a straight mark. Then while we're at it, let's go ahead and add that little decoration up here. We were just doing like it was just like a little, I don't know what to call this. What is the word of, arc? There we go. Just like a little arc above the door. That's not an eraser. Why do I even have that brush equipped? Equipped like a D&D item. I didn't, for some reason, I knew it was wrong and I still didn't unequip it. I'm gonna erase like that. So you can just barely see where these lines are supposed to be cutting through. Because these are more like guidelines than anything. Yeah, that's about the same. If anything, it's just slightly thinner. Okay, now they're ready to combine. More or less. Yeah, that should be good. Let me just take off this chandelier so we can see up here. Let's make this light very light. Okay, yeah, those marks up top are already on the other layer as well, so we can just completely cut these out. Nope, wrong layer again somehow. Yeah, so these are just gonna go bye-bye. I'm gonna bring this back to full opacity, and then we're gonna combine them. Remember layer below. We're gonna rename it because for some reason it decided to keep the completely wrong name. Building guide. So that's gonna. These are just like guidelines that we're gonna like eventually draw over to work out the background details. All right. Let's see. We're gonna just erase this because this is getting distracting to my eyes. We can keep it from there below. Okay. So what I was writing in the notes was that I wanted to consider making this a lot smaller, this little back wall smaller, because I think it might be more interesting to have a little bit more of the walls around it, walls and roof. So if I push this back further down to like maybe this is the back wall, then that means we get maybe one extra window on the side. We get a little bit more of the roof. That actually, I think, is actually probably what we're gonna do. That actually is what I think actually. I'm not very smart. It's very ugly, but it'll work out, trust me. Believe in me. Someone has to believe in me. Because I sure as heck don't. I probably should have made a copy of this before I like really settled into it. but we're already here. There we go. Maybe a little bit more curve on it to match with the other side. This is a very rough, what's it called? Perspective drawing, because I'm trying to keep things like very loose and curved and like exaggerated. So angles aren't meeting up exactly where they're supposed to, and I'm just trying to have fun with it. Like, I'm not trying to make this super accurate and clean. I don't really like doing things super accurate and clean in the first place. I'm just a generally messy artist. Whenever I'm like attracted to like other artists, I'm into like very like messy styles. Like Tim Sale is like a great he passed away I think 2022, but he was a fantastic artist for like just very loose sketches that still like showed off like a lot of energy, a lot of character. It was just, he was just a wonderful artist. Like one of the, not only one of the best like Batman stories, but just like really one of those artists that just are so unique that like it's really impossible to like imagine them ever being like recreated by anybody, which is both sad and also just, you know, a testament to like how I want to say visionary, but that feels like a word that only like newspaper articles use. I'm trying to even out the roof to make it more domed or more consistently round. It's not like a huge round thing, although it's a little hard to tell. I think the camera might squish it. So if we have like a really like deep roof, but we're like also stretching the walls and curving all the walls and everything, then I think the roof is gonna look a little bit more squished. It either get more squished or more round. I can't tell, because, you know, like this is a made up camera angle in my head. I can only make up so many things before I need a reference. But there's no reference image that I started working from, which is probably a mark against me. Like I probably should just like be willing to use more reference images for these things, but I'm too like headstrong, I guess is the word. Like I can't stop myself from just like jumping into a piece without like thinking about anything. Maybe a little bit of curve, just a little bit of curve on this thing. This is a nice song. Got a good groove. Just removing that for a little bit. Now that we have like an actual perspective in there, we can actually think about where this is gonna be. We're on a different layer. Now you gotta be careful. Okay. I think that all makes sense. It's too hot to turn off the fan, but it's also too cold to not wear a blanket. Feels pretty silly to have a blanket on and also the fan on, but it's like if I turn off the fan, I won't need the blanket, but I will start to like get a little hot. It's so confusing how it's like exactly the temperature that it's inconvenient either way, like no matter which direction I go. Okay, so we push the wall a little bit back. We could probably even go further, but then it's gonna make like the gap between the pews and the back wall like really crazy. Let's see. So the other thing I need to go ahead and do is add another window. Is that all under the same layer? Yes. Okay. The reason I thought about this was because we have the little layer for the moonlight coming in, like, you know, coming in through the windows. And back when I originally did the sketch, we had like 4 or 5 windows, so like it made sense to segment all these windows. But when we have only 1 window showing up, and then we have like 3 lights coming through it, we can assume there's more windows, but it's weird, you know, like to just like assume, like to not show it, you know? Especially whenever it's like, what are we doing here? Nothing. Like basically, like there's gonna be decoration back there, but it's not gonna be the focus of the piece. It's gonna be me just like filling up clutter, because, you know, like I don't really want to do like the background is just to give more of a flavor to the character, you know, like just to add a little bit more to the character of the piece. It's not gonna be the focus. It's gonna be just enough to like give everybody a sense of like, oh, this is where he is, and you know what that says about the character. He's in a church. He's probably like a pious kind of character, or at least somebody that's of some kind of faith. You know, maybe not necessarily Christianity, but something of that flavor. Let's see, it's like maybe a third, a little bit lower, like right here. I think that's like a matching line. Oh wait, hold on. We just have like a connecting line. Oop. Yeah, about there. Yeah, that's good. There. Then we have to like replicate this side, since this wall also got a little bit bigger as a consequence. We just have to increase the size of this as well, which is fine. Like this side won't matter because the moonlight's gonna be coming in on one side, but you'll be able to see maybe, I don't know, like a little bit of like light out from this angle. Something like that. Oh wait, it's right here. So it's a little bump, and then it's almost like an umbrella. That makes sense in my head, but we'll see if I can replicate it. Bump. Well, Here we go. I'm thinking maybe like another like little line here. This brush is huge. I have no idea why. There we go. Something like that. And we can replicate it here too. This one probably I should have done first, but I thought I heard something vibrating, but I think it's in the song. I just realized I didn't really give any updates about what's going on with my life right now. Nothing especially concerning or interesting. I didn't go to any events or concerts or anything since the last time I spoke. I did go to that Broadway musical, but I mentioned that in the last stream. Hades Town. It was actually a lot better than I expected because like I had like very little expectations. Very going in is I liked the setting and that was about it. But then whenever I hadn't listened to the songs at all, I just heard that it was a good show. Seemed like it had like a good theme. I knew it was a tragedy going in, so I was ready for that. And it was still pretty like soul crushing in a good way, sort of. This should actually be deeper because we're seeing it from further away, so this should actually go like all the way in here. At least like noticeably thicker than the window here. Which I don't know if that's the case. I think it's still too similar. That's good, right there. Just definitely a little bit thicker, but not like completely blocking out the window. Thin little pipe right there. Nah, that's about it. I don't know why I can't do this line straight. And I think this also is like a little bottom heavy, so it's kind of messing with my head. There you go. Just like a tiny little strip. Just like that. And then thicker on this side because this is facing towards the camera. And this needs to also be in line with the perspective. There we go. I mentioned that I didn't really do anything exciting. The only thing I want to mention is that I've been working on a drawing that I'm trying to get done before the end of this month, which is literally like 2 more days. I have all the inks done. The last thing is just the painting, but painting can take a lot of time. So hopefully I get it done. And then I also need to do like digital edits to it. And I also don't want to like slack on any of the aspects because, you know, like I don't want to rush anything. I feel like it's half baked. Like I want to fully finished piece, but the issue is just like I need to actually sit down and do the work, and that's hard whenever Helldivers is installed. Like yesterday I was supposed to actually get it finished before I even got started with the stream, and I was like, you know what, but let's check if Helldivers has any openings, because the game's so popular that it can't even like support all the people, so it just has people like waiting to get into a lobby. And I got in immediately. I was like, well, you know, I can't waste this time while I got it. And I did get a lot done that day, but it was just like, you know, not what I needed to, what I was planning on getting done. This is a very clear moment where like the smart person in my head should have been like, child, Do not worry, concern yourself with video game. There will also always be video game. Sometime else. But my smart brain did not do that. They were like, nah, let's get in. Let's get some levels up. Level ups. 1 second. Big stretch. Let's get some levels. Let's get some medals. Let's save Super Earth for democracy. Am I on camera? Hold on. No, I'm good. Okay. So pretty much everything is worked out. I think the only thing I'm not really feeling is this giant bar up top, which I think is like kind of obvious that it looks weird. But I don't know why it just feels right, but it doesn't look right. It's like I know I need some kind of like support beam up there to like hold the chandelier up, but it's like it doesn't look right. Maybe if I just like have it like way higher. That's not too bad. What if we just as like almost like an experiment, just goofing around. That's a little better. It's not as like obscenely huge. And you know what? This camera perspective, I wasn't feeling whenever I opened up this piece, but now I am actually liking it. Which might be delusion, but let it be delusion if it is so. And we let me see how what's his name? Omar looks right now. I'm gonna turn off the perspective lines. Yeah, he's looking good. Also, I did remember that I do want to like spread a few people around the pews, just like 2 or 3. So let me just go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put this like right above chandelier, even though it should be like above pews. Just little like blobs of characters that'll like, you won't really see them. But it makes the church feel a little less empty. This one right there. And we have like one all the way over here. Maybe one more over here. So he's like he stands out, especially with how he's dressed, but he's not like the only person in an empty church that looks abandoned, like there's other people just chilling, praying, doing whatever they feel the need to do at what would be like 2 a.m. My sleeves kind of get bunched up sometimes because of my massive arms. Sorry. Oh, my neck, my back, everything's sore. So I mentioned I got finished with the drawing that I'm doing. Like I said, I just need to paint it and then do all the digital stuff, which is gonna be a lot, especially if I don't want to like just rush it. On the plus side, I did actually get my desk mostly clean. My desk is decently clean. It's not completely clean. There's still a couple documents that I need to get. There's some stuff that I need to get scanned in. Like I got like my W-2s and a diploma that I got. I want to get those like digitized and on like with my scanner just chilling over here. But I've been too lazy to do that either. I've been lazy with a lot of things. But I eventually get them done. So quick thing before I forget, before I get too far. Where's the measuring tool? I can never find the measuring tool. There it is. So this is about 650 pixels, somewhere in there. This is about 500 pixels. It should be shorter, that makes sense. But this should be about the same. Hold on. From center to center, it's gonna be like 530, 540. And it's about 560, so it's a little taller. I thought it was actually shorter, which was my concern. But it isn't. Interesting. All right, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here, and then we're gonna double check that I'm actually streaming. Yes, that should be good. Wait, I have it open on Twitch. Let me check that. Yes, I am. Okay, good. Wait, where did I put those shadows? Oh, they're on chandelier. You know what? Chandelier is a pretty distant layer. And actually, never mind. I'm just gonna cut them out because it's only gonna be like super easy. Control X, Control V. Bam. They're on their own layer. Select, deselect. Don't lock it. Back to building guy. We're gonna try to fix up this window a little bit so it can. Ooh, sorry. So it can match a little better. This brush is so big all the time. Okay, so yeah, that's like a noticeable difference is that this piece is like way bigger because I had to like force it to be the right size, or a more appropriate size, I think is a better word. Match should be like right here. There we go. Nice. There we go. They at least match pretty close. We can get the details done later. So now here would be the last little bit of background that I need to work on, besides finishing up pews, which would be just like some kind of decoration. Let me take off the chandelier for a second. I'm very excited to finish that drawing I was talking about earlier. I think I actually showed it off on on my last stream, but it's a Pride and Prejudice drawing. Finally got all those like hundreds of flowers. Realistically, it's like 20 to 30 flowers, 20 to 50, somewhere around that range, because there's like also tiny little baby flowers. So I finally got all the details of that worked out. Now I just need to, like I said, just start painting. And I don't have like a palette in mind, so that's also probably going to take like a few hours just to like decide on what colors I even want. As it tends to happen. It's like it's one thing getting a piece finished. It's a whole another thing to actually decide like what colors I even want in the first place. That usually, sometimes I'll even take like days to just like think about what colors I want. There we go. So 1 second. Let me pull up the church references that I have, which has now also been like gathered up into like a bunch of little notes. Here we go. Oh, let me turn off Omar for a second. Beep, beep. Okay. So this is the wrong side of the church. This is what Omar would be facing, basically. But it kind of gives an idea of how I want it to look. You can see like that's even, it has like the giant little support beam. These I don't bother naming. Yeah, that's definitely not the church I'm going for, because those are literally like reeds. This kind of goes for like the flavor. Again, just like, you know, Catholic. Big stone structures. Very rich looking. This is interesting. It's more of like a wooden thing. I don't know why I have that there. That's not supposed to be there. Let's not think about that one. Okay, we're definitely gonna go with stone. Thinking maybe we do like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Maybe some stone, little like this little thing over here. I can see it's like a stone, almost like a letter. Like it's just maybe some Latin writing. We can have a little bit of shrubbery, a little bit of plants. That sounds like something that they would do at a church. I feel is appropriate. Especially because the chandelier is probably going to have some plants too. Okay, that's there. So what I'm thinking is maybe like a little... You can do like a little thing right here. Little thing, if you will. Just like little structures. They're gonna be like a little groove into the wall. And right above that, we're gonna have like a little planter. And as somebody who just drew like 20 to 50 flowers, I'm getting real sick of these flowers. Just a little bit of string, just a little bit of like vines pouring down from it. Just makes it look a little bit nicer, a little bit more homely. Just a little bit. You don't want to be too homely, because that's not how Catholic churches do. Let's see, is there any kind of thing on the top? Yeah, there is a little bit of a like a little support thing. But I don't want it too tall because it's very like slim on the reference picture too. Just like that, it's good. Yeah, that's nice. Just so it like feels a little bit more like, you know, it just doesn't, it's not just wall roof. You know, that can look a little unfinished. It's like whenever you see like a game that's like very bare bones, it won't have like any like crown molding on the edges. It'll just be like wall texture, roof texture. It's just like a blank concrete texture. Okay, turn those off. Then we're just gonna repeat this on the other side. Just little things right here. Maybe little lights. We'll think about it. Just like that. And also a little shrubbery. That's probably not the word for it, but a little planter. That's probably good enough. You could maybe have like a little decoration, a little like wall engraving. I almost want to do like a big engraving, like a maybe we could have like some kind of like big grand motif. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Okay. Nothing too grand. Omar still fits in very nicely. I think the only last little detail I want to do as far as like, I guess, decorations is I want to do like a little rug. Is there rugs on the little references that I use? Let's see. I don't think they would just have like raw floor. Yeah, these got rugs. Brother, these got rugs. I see a rug there. This is just straight granite, I think. Can't see anything. That's in a, I think I remember seeing that it was Nigerian. Oh, they do have just like raw concrete in churches. That's crazy. Well, it's not that crazy, but yeah, this one's tiles. At least it's like pretty glistening tiles. And then this one's all carpet, which is kind of nightmarish. I think we can go for like just like a regular rug, and then maybe just put some like tiles from underneath. The dog's here. He got his ice cream. Do you want to leave? Make up your mind, dude. He left. He likes to sneak in here with his ice cream, but he looked at me trying to shut the door, and he was like, wait. Nope, he's coming back. Alright, now I'm shutting the door and getting a choice. Sorry. The dog can't help himself. Okay. What layer are we on? Building guide. Okay. So we can do it just like right here. We don't have to think too hard about it. I don't think there's any special like rules you would have to consider like when the rug would start. And then you could maybe think about like the rug ending like here. Would that, hold on. No, that wouldn't go like that. That'd be like, there. And if that's there, it would show up. Would it show up anywhere else? Not really. Yeah, it's pretty much like blocked by everything else. But here, Yeah, this one's gonna be a little funky. Oh, whoops. I forgot I was using the line tool. Too close. I want to like maybe like right there. Right there. I think that's perfect. Then we can like wrinkle it up a little bit as we go along. All right, so next thing is just gonna be the pews. We're just gonna turn off all details except that. But we're actually gonna, let's keep the perspective on for a little bit. So this is pew third pass. We're gonna try to get them all to match this one up front, because this one's probably the closest to what we're actually gonna do. This one right here. Let's turn that off. And then yeah, also these lines are just, the perspective lines are kind of distracting me. So first thing I want to do is change the angle of these seats so they're angled almost away from the camera, but not quite. Like right there is where like the bottom of the seat is. So you'd mostly be seeing it from like this edge. I also kind of want to like push the chair a little down just so it's like it's not matching up like exactly with this line here. So like it ends like just before the edge of the pew. Just like right here, just a little bit, just so enough you know that it's not the same line. So much detail work. Why am I doing this to myself? We can also just have like a tiny little line here. We could probably like bring it out during the coloring phase, but just to like give you a sense of where it ends. It's hard because like the chair is not actually going with the angle of the perspective. It'd go against the angle, so you're having to configure something that's like intentionally not parallel to the floor, which causes like everything to kind of just get confusing. There you go. That's pretty accurate. There we go. And I don't think I have to go too far with this. I think maybe about like this layer here, we could probably start to like really simplify it down. That's the goal anyways. Like only these like ones that are like real up close to the camera we have to think about. It could have made this way easier on me, just made them simple pews, but no, I'm just too stubborn. What is going on? Sorry, I think my computer lagged for a second there. It's lagging again. Anything wrong with my camera? We should be all good on the camera. I don't think anything happened on that end. Hold on. This ain't making no sense. We're gonna turn it back on the perspective tool. Everything's mostly in perspective. Maybe just a little thin over here. There we go. I'm trying to make it match up, but it's so hard. Finish with your ice cream? Okay. He's so demanding. He wants to come, he wants to go, just as he pleases. He doesn't ask for permission. Such a rude dog. Dare I say the worst dog? Oh, I didn't draw out the blue line. That's why this one up front is really hard to tell where it's going. Let me grab this blue. So it just needs to be bigger than... Oh, that's not the right blue. Oh, it's on the wrong layer. That's why. Okay, yeah, it is the right blue. Let's see. It just has to be bigger. If this is the pink, if this pink line was where it's supposed to end, then this pew should be... Should be bigger, but not by much. Not too much anyways. That's why it's been feeling like so insanely like huge compared to the other. This is hard. Hang on. So let's see. Pink to pink is gonna be about 360 pixels. Yeah, 360 pixels, and then this one is gonna be about 360. So just like 20 pixels more, which is why it's like not noticeably bigger. So the pink to blue is gonna be 205 pixels, and this pink to blue should be like 210, 215. So just a little bit thinner on that blue edge. Just just a little thinner. Like, maybe like right there. I think that's the one. Let me double check. This is from here to here is gonna be like 219, 215. That's exactly what I wanted. Wait, 220. What was the other one? About 210. Yeah, it looks good. So now we can lower this. Then we just have to fix this because this is just insanely huge. Also choose the right color. That's why it was so hard to try to match everything up. And it still looked wonky. And it still looked honky. Yeah, this board is really thick, holy crap. Dangerously thick, you could even say. Oop. Stop doing that. Okay. A few seconds to stretch and breathe. Only a few seconds, that's all I can allow myself. So this should be a taller. There we go. Ooh, okay. Now I'm gonna turn off the fan because it's... Now I'm getting freezing. Okay, we're at the weird stage in the weather where it just doesn't know whether or not it wants to be hot or cold, so it just stays at like 50 to 60. So it's like not cold enough to wear sweaters, but also not warm enough to wear t-shirts. It's very upsetting. I mean, I just want it to be cold. I just want it to be cold until like March. Wait, it's March in like 2 days. Let's go to like April. I think April is where I can call it, where I'm like, finally, yeah, we had a good run. Okay, so let me turn off the guides real quick. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Not gonna be exactly perfect. I don't even think I'm actually gonna do line art for these areas. Like, these are just gonna be painted over basically for the background. But it's just nice to do. Nice to get it like detailed out. I don't remember where I said I was gonna go to, like, I think maybe like right here. I'm just gonna mark it and then actually leave it there. That's 8:30. I think at least like 9:30, maybe 10 is when I'm probably gonna end the stream. Maybe one day I'll be a 8-hour, 5-hour, 6-hour, 7-hour streamer. But right now I'm pretty content just being like a couple hours just to hang out, chill. Again, maybe one day whenever I feel like I'm able to like be a self-sufficient artist that can draw full-time, then I'll like consider like being like a full-time like streamer artist. But until then, we're here. I don't even have to be like that huge. Like I just need to be like decently comfortable, like wage-wise. Like I can afford my house, and that's about it. Like an apartment rent on like commissions. Then I can also like supplement it with like streams, videos, maybe even do like the whole art lesson Patreon thing. That's the future though. That's like I think that's the dream of like most artists. As far as like people who want to like make their art monetizable without like completely sacrificing, you know, their like routine. The dream is to become like an artist where people will just straight up pay for whatever you feel like doing. Within a lane. I think everybody understands like they have to have like some kind of like lane or niche that they work in. Which is fine. I think most artists generally have like a niche already. Like they just naturally steer themselves towards whatever they like to do. Nice, there we go. It's so hard with all these like guidelines trying to figure out where the heck I'm actually drawing. I said heck. Effing heck. I'm advertiser friendly. Vaguely. Freaking heck. I'm realizing that a lot of the like little corners to these pieces can align very easily, so it's like it makes it a lot easier for me to replicate where the curves and all the lines are supposed to be. Again, it doesn't have to be super clean and accurate. Just enough that you can tell like they're supposed to be similar. Let's turn off the perspective lines for a second so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Interesting. I think I'm gonna do like a kind of like extravagant cross, slightly less extravagant. Then it's gonna be like really simplified, starting like here. But we're getting there. I think maybe just 3 more, and then we can start like really simplifying them. But until then. I just realized an issue there. It's connecting to the wrong blue line because the blue line's kind of just messed up over there. Or it's not messed up, it's like intentionally like streaky because it's supposed to be like filled in, so I know that it's like another plane 3D wise. That doesn't make any sense. So because I have to think of these pews as like basically rectangles to simplify it, and then we're breaking it down further into the perspective. So I have these little streaks here, these little blue streaks here, and it's telling me that this is going this way. Like it's a plane that's going away from the main angle. The main angle that I'm focused on is in the perspective lines, like these wall, the sides of the pew, like all that's in the main perspective. And then this blue side is going basically completely perpendicular, 90 degrees away from it. That's the reason I have it there. But it confused me on this one because it's almost like I have 2 lines here. It's not. It's supposed to be. It's definitely not supposed to actually represent anything. But it did for a little bit. Right there. Right there's the top corner. Right there. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the pew guide for a second. I'm gonna also turn off the guys because there's no reason for them to be there yet. Okay, so what I wanted to do was just add a little bit of a line here to differentiate between like the edge of the pew sideboards. I don't know what to call these like little decorative edges that you have on the sides of each pew. What in the world? Who turned the camera? There we go. So if you can see what I mean, like I just need like this to be a little bit higher, and then the back that you actually like lean your back against needs to be a little bit lower, just like that. Then it just follows along the perspective, just like usual. Maybe just like a little bit of a line here to show you like where the edge of it is, because we're seeing the top half of it or the top end of it. So just to like draw it down, like you can see like this is the part that you actually touch your back with, and maybe your shoulder rolls over this top edge if you're like going like, you know, one arm over, just to like kind of like explain to you like where I'm going with that. What is happening? There we go. Okay, all the lines are in perspective. I think we're gonna thin this line out a bit, just like that. Then we're gonna trim that off and make the line a little bit thinner on that end. Now they're like separated. You gotta keep them separated. There we go. I like to keep the backgrounds really loose, because the like big thing to focus on is supposed to be the character. I like making the backgrounds pretty, you know, like I like actually like making it nicely detailed and interesting, but I do like to keep it like still like a little sloppy, so because, you know, like you really want to prioritize the like character that you're drawing, not the background. You can make the background look nice, just not, at least for my style, I like to keep it like a certain level. It's like if I have to prioritize one, I'm going to prioritize the characters, because these are like character arts. Almost like something you'd have like on a trading card game, where it's like you draw them in like a scene that represents the character. You don't necessarily show one where it's like they're standing in a T pose where you can see all the details of their clothing. You can see exactly what, you know, like all the different aspects of their weapons and stuff. Just like neatly laid out. Like these are them living in the moment, but they're like captured in like a moment that's like really pretty. Kind of like when you take a photo of somebody and it's like perfect for some reason, like they look like a model for like half a second because like they weren't expecting the camera, and somehow that made like everything work out. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. Getting there. That actually doesn't look bad. I don't know why I screamed that, but it doesn't look too bad. Looks pretty good. I like how this is like turning out. That saxophone sounded like a fly. Like zzz, and it gets like right next to you. Which actually might be intentional now that I think about it, because this has like a lot of nature in the background. So something I've noticed with a lot of chill hops music is that they have like a lot of background sound, and I don't know what that's about. Like some of them will just have like chirping crickets, kids like playing on a playground. That one comes up a lot, which is really like, it's fine, but it's also like kind of creepy, because it's like I don't want to hear creepy little kids talking whenever I'm like trying to chill out. You know, with their sticky hands and drooling mouths. It's gross. Kids are gross. Okay. Oh, it's not a saxophone. It's just violin. What the? There we go. Why is this getting so wonky? Oh, it's probably because I need to trim that off. Nice. Okay. There we go. Almost there. I'm almost at the end of this. What time is it? Yeah, 9. Okay, we got like another hour. Like I said, I just really want to get done with the background mostly. Like, that's my main goal here. I don't expect to get too, like, crazy far. My back. I'm gonna finish the stream like this. This is my normal, completely sane fit. Okay. Part of me really does want to get into like just like completely crazy outfits. Like Rick Owens, you know, like big poofy jackets or like scarves that are literally the size of your entire body. Although it would probably be bigger than my body because I'm short. So maybe Rick Owens is not the move. But I don't know, just seeing it sometimes it gets me interested. Right there. Oh, goodness. We're getting there just piece by piece. I promise I'll make it. I won't die. I don't have a choice. Okay, stretch break. Let's take a look at where we are. Whew. This is one of the less interesting parts, is just like whenever it gets like really, I don't want to say tactical, but just like very, there's not a lot of room for exploration here because it's just, I have to copy the same thing over and over and over again. It's similar whenever I have to ink a drawing. It's like there's not really too much room for exploring like ideas or try to change up like the entire trajectory of a drawing. It's like you kind of just have to follow the rules, follow the guidelines until you're done. It's perfectly fine. Sorry, I'm getting, I think this is what happens whenever I just get really tired. Like I just start to like shut down mentally. Plus, like I said, this part is a little boring, where it's just like, I have to like turn on autopilot where I'm just repeating the same process over and over again. Which is like my least favorite process, which is why I like to consider myself like a very messy artist, is because like it's pretty much like constantly just like reaction where I'm just like, okay, and how do we do this, and then how do we do this, and then how do we do this, and how do we do this. Instead it becomes more just like, well, I already know how to do this, so we're just doing that again, and then we're doing that again, and then we're doing that again. I just realized why I had this little line here that I literally just erased. There we go. should there be one more? Hold on. Let me count these pews. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, there should be a 10th here. Could probably keep it there. Just fudge it up a little bit. There we go. I think that pretty much makes it work now. The perspective, goodness, I can't even talk. The pews in the very back of the drawing weren't in perspective, so I was having a little trouble figuring out how to make it work. The reason is because, like, to make it in perspective, I have to make it like really thin here, like almost not even existent. By the time it reaches the very, very back, because there's 10 pews here, and then there's 10 pews here. But this angle looks slightly okay. This angle, not so much. But we could probably get it to work. Probably. Let's see. Let me take off the guides for a second. Okay, it's not looking too bad. I think with just some more work we can get it there. Oh, goodness. Me bones. Let me get these feet, because that's going to be an important one. I'm on the wrong one. No, I'm on the right one. There we go. There we go. There we go. Almost there. We can definitely get it like really loose with it here. Can I just get a line tool to connect these pieces? Yeah, that should work. It's a little weirdly straight, but I think that's fine. Let me turn off the guide, see how we look. I'm just gonna freehand this because this is like really getting to that point where it's like there's no need to like worry about it being exact. All right, let's turn off the perspective tool. Pop. There we go. Let me also just go ahead and erase that. There we go. Everything's nicely in perspective. It's only maybe slightly where's this line? You could probably make that a lot thicker. This like back this top end. Whoa, that's not a pen. That's not an eraser. Oh, I didn't even notice that. There's like no solidness to that line. To this line over here, sorry. Oh, goodness. Oh, okay. Oh. Turn back on the perspective. Beep. Alright, so we're gonna make little steps for this area here. I'm just gonna erase like the last little bit of each line so we can make the step. Now, if you want to be specific, I'm gonna do this. We're just gonna try this out. I don't really care if it's not like perfect. Ooh. Just again to give me an idea where we're going. Okay. I'm gonna make that low. Gonna go back to the right color. Actually, we should probably make it higher. Wow. Stop spinning the camera. Stop spinning the camera. There we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. So now let me turn off the perspective. Almost there. Okay. So that's the other side pretty much almost entirely done. Ooh. I think I'm just gonna do like a chalk brush and just... Ooh, whoa, 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 we're on the wrong layer. Oh, wrong brush mode. We're just gonna... I'm just gonna streak it like this. So you can see that this is the inside of the chairs. There we go. It's coming together. I like this. Oh, hello. Sorry, I got a little sucked in for a minute there. I am continuing my work on this drawing that I've been working on for a little while. I'm trying to get all these like church pews like lined up, but it's like having to think things out in like 3D is just like, it's such a headache. Trying to get like the perspective at least mostly right. That's all I'm looking for. But hello, it's good to see you. I think I'm gonna go on for maybe another 30 minutes, maybe an hour, seeing how, you know, long it's gonna take me to get this finished. I'm guessing maybe another hour, because I think there's another part that I have to like do that's gonna be a little time consuming. More perspective stuff. But it's good to see you. Where are the people in this? Okay. Oh, yeah. I just like, I see your posts come up every now and again on Instagram, and I decided to just like give it a little bit of support. I think it's just like a nice thing to do for any kind of like artist on Instagram, especially because like it's really hard to get noticed on Instagram. So, you know, just help another artist whenever they do something that looks really nice. It's very easy to just see something and kind of ignore it. So I try to like actively, I see some art that I like, I'm like, yes, this is awesome. Thanks for sharing. So I could actually like see it and get inspired by it. Yeah, I've also been very distant from posting, and it's mainly just because like I keep taking on projects that are like really time consuming, or more accurately, I'm very lazy. I just can't help myself. But I plan on it. I'm hoping to get something done at least by the end of February. Worst case scenario, probably like the first week of March, but I really want to finish it by February because there's like it's a picture based on Pride and Prejudice. It's a romance novel. February, romance, all that stuff. I probably should have done it way before so it could have been posted on, you know, Valentine's Day, but it didn't even like occur to me until like February 10th to even like start the piece. And also I'm lazy. I think I mentioned that before. Yeah, I'm a really huge fan of that novel, so I wanted to do like a piece, like my rendition of the characters. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I can show it off actually. A work in progress. All the inks are done. I just need to finish the actual painting, which is going to be at least like a few hours. Let me see, make sure I get this on camera. Wow. Put that away. Keep dropping it. Let's see how well this shows up. Wait. Yeah, this is the drawing. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't get too blurry. Yeah. I have it like very nice and flowery. I have like a peacock at the bottom. I have all this like background details. I'm trying to take my time with it. No shortcuts, just really, you know, making a piece that's like full and finished. But you know, also trying to do it like on a sort of deadline is really tough. It's like, how quick do you want it to be, and then how much quality are you trying to go for? You know, like how much effort are you trying to put into it? Because you can do it really quick, but then it's not going to look good. You know, like, or you can do it vice versa. You can do it really good, but it's not going to be quick. So trying to find that balance. All right. So let's see. For this part, I'm going to need to put in Omar. Where is he? Bip. Okay. So I need this little stand on this side. Where's the... I'm gonna do it on... This should be good. I'm trying to think how I'm gonna have to go about doing this. The only way I can think of doing it... Oh, let me put on the vantage or the perspective lines. There we go. Ooh, why does it keep doing that? The only way I can think about doing it is... I have to like push out because he's already at like the edge of the seat. Like maybe like right here. I think with how close it is to the camera, the most we can get away with is like this amount of thickness, and this feels like a good like amount of like width. This feels like a good width for it to like, it doesn't look like flimsy that somebody can just like, you know, push into it and snap it, especially because it's gonna be like a hardwood. Why do I keep forgetting to put my eraser on the other button? Okay, so just to help out with the perspective, we're just gonna use the line tool. Oh, this is not gonna work, is it? Is this in perspective? Yeah, that is in perspective. So how is it? It's so hard, dude. It's so hard. Why do I have to use perspective? Perspective is for losers. It's for people who don't like actually doing things and hate me. Ah, I see. I cheated. These lines are entirely away from each other. I'm gonna say like right there. I think for these first two, you're gonna have to do it like this. These are gonna be on one perspective, but then we can kind of hide the rest on a different perspective. So I'm just gonna erase here. So basically right there. I also did a little bit of cheating on this one over here in the back. Like this is not in a perspective, but because it's far enough back, it's not super noticeable. If I was like a refined, you know, like, I guess the word is fine artist. If I was like a fine artist, this would be like completely broken, but I am a messy caveman painter, so I can get away with it. Let's see, my parents are both qualified English teachers. My cat's Jane Austen characters. And then Emma, Lizzie. That's really cute. I like that. Naming your pets after the book characters. Yeah, I mean, they're just like, there's such good movies, and the book is great too. I'm personally partial to the 2005 version, but I know that that's not everybody's favorite. It's mainly just like what really scratches the itch for me. Oh, let me put Omar back in. If this one's also gonna get it, it'd probably be around here. Maybe like right there. How far till it can go like straight down? That's not even remotely straight. I don't know why this is so hard. There we go. That's like pretty straight. Is that also going to be in line with the one up here up front? Oh, it could be, actually. I think I did plan that far ahead. So these first 3 chairs are on like their own perspective, just because you know, like, this is all like a really warped camera, and just trying to get things how I kind of like, you know, like picture it in my head and how I'd be comfortable with. Yes, that actually works perfectly. Like that's exactly just enough. And then these all these in the background can get their own like different perspective, and then somebody who wants to be a narc or a nerd can be like, hey, actually, that's actually not the right perspective. These pews are slightly to the left. I'd be like, shut your mouth. I don't want to do it correctly. I want it to look cool. We're not about doing things correctly here. We're about doing what I like. I have these pews on the other side looking pretty good. Like these pews on this side, that's shut up. It doesn't have to look good. It just has to look, wait, it doesn't have to look right. It just has to look good. That's exactly like the book. I like to think that they're like both the way I describe it to like my friends when I talk about it for way too long. Yeah, in the exposition part of the book, they're in the hate stage of the love-hate relationship. Yeah, the way I like to explain to it is that like they're both like very similar, where they're both kind of not rude, but like, or not intentionally rude, but they are both very prideful. I mean, that's like the literal name of the story. And so like they're like 2 kids that are really mean to each other that don't realize they like each other. So like the entire book is just like them slowly learning how to like vibe with each other, and they're like, wait a second, I like this human being. And it's like, it's very cute, it's very silly. A little bit less Elizabeth. I think Elizabeth is a little bit more open to just being a nice, happy person, which I think is also what attracts Darcy. But I think they're very similarly like, you know, quieter people. Maybe you could even say like slightly introverted. Maybe that's just me putting my own like my own introversion and like imagining them to be, you know, like more like me. But that's, you know, that's just how I like to imagine it. They'd be like silly little children, basically, that just can't face their feelings, so they have to like figure out some other way around it. Yeah, we're gonna try to keep it in perspective from this point. We're gonna keep going here. I think by here, yeah, it should probably just like connect directly into like the back of the chair, because these chairs further in the back are just like too far. They're like too close to the camera to, or the perspective of the camera on this line of pews is so that they wouldn't, oh my goodness, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to convert 3D into 2D in my head. Hang on, I'll get in just a second. I'll figure it out. I'm a big smart boy. We're reaching the climax. It's taken 11 years. That's nice though. It's adorable. Yeah, my friend, she shared a picture where She also has 2 cats that are very one of them's very touchy-feely, the other one's very not touchy-feely. And I think after like 2 years of living together, they finally are starting to just barely make contact with each other. And it's so heartwarming to see just 2 cats vaguely comfortable with each other. They're not like buddy buddies, but they can like live with each other, vibe with each other even. Yeah. I don't remember what brought it on. I think I was in the middle of like trying to figure out what I wanted to draw after finishing like a ton of D&D drawings and knowing I can't do more D&D drawings. I need to stop myself eventually. So I was just like, you know what? What if I just did like Pride and Prejudice in my art style? And just have fun doing like the rendition of like, there's not very many descriptions in the book, but doing, trying to like represent what little descriptions you get, along with, like both the movies, the 2005 and then the 1990 something, 1997, 1996. There's also like 2 other ones from like the 1940s and the 1960s, but no one talks about those. I'm a 2005 fan. Everybody, I just watched the 1996 version with Colin Firth and I don't know the other lady, but she's very pretty. Is it Meryl Streep? 1 second. Oh, go away. Well, 1996. Pride and Prejudice. I forgot the name of the book. Oh, it is 1995. Okay. It is Jennifer L. How in the world do you even say that? Ellie. I don't know why I keep... Hang on a second. She was born in North Carolina? Excuse me. That's crazy. She was born in Winston-Salem in 1969. Good for her. Was she raised in England, or is she just... was born in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, to English actress Rosemary Harris. Let's see. She was mainly raised in Asheville, North Carolina. That makes sense. Asheville's pretty dope. Oh, that's cool. Like, a lot of it was actually North Carolina. A lot of it in North Carolina and London. That's it. I need to move to London. I just need hundreds and thousands of dollars. Maybe like tens of thousands of dollars, but I'll take hundreds. If you may be so kind. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Oh, point is she's really pretty. If this was like a school final essay conclusion, very pretty lady. Also, Keira Knightley is too. So like, it's consistent that way. I think I personally liked Keira Knightley more, but that's also probably just like it was the first version of Pride and Prejudice that I watched, so that's why I just like it better. But I also think there's just like a little bit more like I liked how warm and like familiar everything is. Like it's very human in the way that everybody's written. Like it's not. I think it's more realistic, the BBC version, where like everybody's has like the English accents. Everybody's very posh, and like the way they talk is like very of the age. But I personally just like it when it's like it's a little bit more modern. It's a little bit more those words aren't exactly how they would use them back then, but it's it feels right to me. And I enjoy it. Just a little bit more. But it's, each person has their own taste. And mine is just correct. Trying to get this. This is supposed to be easier than the last one, but it actually looks like it might be a little bit more tough. I think around here, they just like basically merge. Yeah, just like that. Is this correct? Why does this perspective not look right to me? No, it's not correct. This would be the perspective, but that's way too far. This is also awful. Why are all the options awful? How in the world does that make sense? You know what? We're gonna just edit it. I don't know why I'm being like stubborn and just like refusing to put things in their actual perspective. Like, yeah, I think it's gonna work out better if I just like suck it up and do it. Just fix it now. Oops, that's not the line tool. Just like right there. Then to have a proper depth, we're gonna go for like right there. Why did I zoom in? I can't reach all the way to the other side like that. Right there. There we go. Then we can just have it like cut there, cut there. Okay, so if these are all to connect, if it's gonna be slightly lower, let's say like right here. To like right here. Wait. This is probably gonna be the biggest gap, which is like here. There we go, right, like right there. That's what it's supposed to look like. This is so confusing. All right, and so it would connect here. So that will look like this. Let's say it connects like right here. Like that. I think that's good. Right there. I think that's a perfect one. And then from there, the gaps are gonna get smaller and smaller, so like it just like kind of all blends in together. Why is it so hard? I know why it's hard. It's because I'm actually trying to do things correctly, and that's usually the problem. I don't do things correctly often. I usually avoid doing things correctly because I'm a stubborn person. I'm usually like just blasting through drawings without taking too much time. Because then I have to like slow down and actually think about the logic of things. And I don't like that. Like a lot of my drawings, especially growing up, are just like first renditions, exactly what I think of in my head, put it on paper. We're not going to think about anything else. Like I don't go through outfit designs. I don't go through background ideas, composition ideas, where I think about like how it's going to look at the end. Thumbnail sketches I'll sometimes do, maybe one, most of the time just one, where I'll do like one quick thumbnail and then like put it on a paper. You know, any adjustments that I need to make are made on the spot. But whenever I'm really taking a drawing seriously, like so for like commissions, I'll do a couple of renditions of everything. Like I'll do like a couple outfit designs, I'll do a couple backgrounds, like ways to stage the pieces and compositions. Then I'll shoot it towards, you know, like whoever I'm doing the commission for, and just be like, okay, here's my idea, here's what we can do. You know, like just go ahead and choose which one you like, which one can we mix together. And that goes for outfits, that goes for background, that goes for everything. Because I want to make sure that whenever it's done, it's like exactly what you would like. But I also understand that some people don't really have like an artistic eye for those things. So they're kind of just like, just do whatever you like. So I'm just like, okay, here's a couple ideas that I like. And then now I'm gonna leave it up to you. So like in the end, it's still gonna be your choice. You know, like I don't want to have like 100% freedom, and then you know like you end up not being happy. At least you know like whenever you choose, you can be like, oh, like I was the person who decided this part, so I can't really blame me for making that decision, and you know why it doesn't look good at the end. I'll take a little bit of like freedom just to be like, you know, like I have to make sure like compositionally it makes sense. You know, like I have to make sure that whatever I'm gonna draw, it's gonna like have, you know, follow the rule of thirds, follow the golden spiral, or you know, it doesn't have to fit the golden spiral, but you know, use that as a guide. Because most people who take commissions aren't gonna like know all that. That's, you know, why they have to hire artists instead of just being, you know, learning it all on their own. By the way, if anybody ever sees this drawing finished, and then you snitch that these lines actually, these pews don't line up, I'll find you, and I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry right in front of your face because I can't take it. This is like in game development. Whenever you see like, whenever you go into like the game files and you start moving the camera, and then all of a sudden everything looks broken whenever you change the angle slightly. It's because like you just need to hack. You just need to like break things in order for things to look cool. Like an easy example is like the League of Legends, because the camera's from above and they want to show people doing like really crazy, you know, abilities and moves. They end up like making the arms like 3 times as large as it needs to be, because like you need to really exaggerate in order for it to show up from a camera that's above you. So if you look at the camera like from the side, or you know like directly like what the characters are seeing, it's really wonky and broken looking. Or similar to like Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge is like a first person parkour game, and it looks great from first person, but then you go to third person and you know like the legs aren't moving and attached to the joints that they need to be, and it's because like it's only made from one angle, and it looks great from that one angle, but you don't need to, you know, like go to the other ones, otherwise you're gonna like ruin the immersion. Or you can, and you know, like obviously you can just like, you know, a smart person would have like the understanding of why they felt the need to do that. It's only frustrating whenever it's like Cyberpunk 2077, where it's like there's a lot of focus on making your character exactly who you want it to be, but then you know you can't even go to third person, and then when you do go to third person using like hacks or mods, it's really ugly and broken. Like your character's torso doesn't move the way it's supposed to. Let me turn off the perspective to see how we're doing right now. It's about, I think that's about good. That's about where it needs to be. I think maybe just a little bit of fixing here. Maybe just a little thinner here. And I might do the same thing I did on this side, where I kind of like line out how the depth is going to be. And then I have on this side. There we go. A little bit there, a little bit there. Just easy peasy. Then we're gonna put on Omar. You can kind of tell the angle's not working right. We can maybe like stretch this out a little bit. Let's try that. See if that kind of helps things smooth over. Smooth over kind of like a wonky perspective. Just curved line. And we could even do it like here too. To like really kind of like make it glue together a little bit better. We might need this to go further actually. Something like right here. Let me grab the line tool. Just because we're like almost seeing the chair from above. So we'd really see deep into that. There we go. And it's definitely, I think you can definitely you can definitely see a little bit of a shift in the pews, but it's not super, it is a little super broken. There you go. Now it's looking a little bit more like how I want it to. I think I'm gonna do just like a little bit of a gap here so you can see like this little cutout here. There we go. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, all right. So yeah, that pushed it a little bit, everything a little bit closer together. Okay, yeah, that should be good. And then I'm gonna do this on a separate layer. Just like block out the shadow, or sorry, block out like the upper ledge where it like turns to the shoulder. So this part is going to be pretty thick because we're seeing it from the very top. But here it's going to get a little thinner, a little thinner, a little thinner, and then it's just going to keep going. There we go. Okay. Oh. Also, yeah, let's do this. Hold on. Let's do this like very directional. What the? That's an eraser. That's an eraser. Okay. Oh, wait, I forgot the other one. Oh my god. There we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. Okay, let me turn on the building guide. There we go. I think that still works. Yeah, that works. It should be below. I think that still works. We'll see later. It shouldn't be too hard to fix if it doesn't. I'm gonna put this chandelier back up. I'm gonna do just like a quick little temporary thing. Just to like show where they are. Let's grab this color, this highlight color. There we go. Okay. I think we're probably going to call it there. I think I have enough detail that I want worked out that we can move on to finally doing the final sketch. There's still more I have to clean up on the background, but I think we're pretty close to where I want to be. Some of the things I need to work out is like the mural in the back, some of the details on the door, but that's probably the stuff I can work on out along the way. The main base structure of everything and also the structure of the pews themselves are all worked out how I want them to be. Like they're just detailed as I need them to be. Yeah, I think that's good. So now we just need to work on Omar. We can do some flats, maybe some quick colors. I think maybe once we get to the shadow and rendering, that's about when we're gonna go back to the background to get that fixed up. So maybe like another 2 sessions before we get back to the background. This one's probably gonna be a long piece because we're like 4 sessions into this piece, and I've only just now gotten past the like sketching phase, which is bizarre. Usually I'm done with that by like 2 to 3. But I mean, you know, like I challenged myself maybe a little bit too much because it makes me lose my mind, but in the end it ends up looking great. That's the goal. You know, we're gonna be using this like little palette. We got some stuff to work on. Do I have that early rendition? No, I don't think I do. Let me just turn off the pew guide. Where's that? There it is. Yeah, that's about where we're at. Okay, time to do the sign off. So thank you to everybody who was here for the stream, whether you were here for just a few minutes or you're just catching up to the archive that's going to go up on YouTube later. I really appreciate anybody that feels like spending time with me, just taking some moment to check out my art and, you know, hang out, chill. Whether you talk about art, talking about random nonsense. Whatever comes to mind. Oh, stretch. Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, I have two YouTube channels. So I have an archive channel where all these streams are archived onto YouTube. If you want to watch it on your own time, you weren't able to catch it live, you can watch it over there. You can see the commentary, you can comment on the channel, maybe give a like, maybe give a subscribe, whatever you feel. You know, I'm not going to pressure anybody. We're all just friends here. I also have a second YouTube channel, which is going to be the highlights time-lapse channel. That's going to be the entire stream uploaded into maybe like 5-minute chunks. So if you don't have the time to watch the full stream and you just want to catch up to see what progress I made since the last one, you can just watch the time-lapse and just see, you know, like whatever I did from the last stream. Then what I like to do is whenever a piece is finished, I do a supercut. So what that is all the time lapses are collected together and then edited down into like maybe 12 to 15 minute chunks. So you can watch the very start of the piece all the way to the final touches. It's really fun to watch. It makes it look like I actually know what I'm doing even when I don't. I really like editing those. They're really fun and challenging. So keep an eye out for that. You can also check out all the other supercuts from the other vampires that I've been working on. So like I said, check that out. Give a like, give a subscribe. Turn on the bell for notifications. I don't know, that's the thing YouTubers say. And then if you want to keep up to date with what I'm working on, the places to be are either here on Twitch or on Instagram. Instagram is probably the most active place, which is hilarious because I'm not very active on Instagram to begin with. But that's usually where I post anything about what's going on with my life, what's going on with my art. That's like the first place. That's like the main gallery, if you want to say like that. Like that's where all the pieces go whenever they're finished, cleaned up, and ready for like sharing to the greater world. So go ahead and give me a follow over there. I'd also really appreciate it if you take the time to give me a like, you know, give me a heart, share with others, anything to help me with the algorithm, because those little weird red hearts mean something to me, even if it probably shouldn't. You know, like it just shows. I just like seeing people be able to see my art and enjoy it, and you know, be able to support me that way. I like to do it for other artists. You don't have to do it for me, but it would be really nice. You know, like every like helps a little bit more with the algorithm to push it to other people. I think, pretty sure. I don't double check that. I also have my DeviantArt linked down below. If you want to see some of my older pieces, I have them posted up onto there. I haven't posted there in quite a little while because I like to give it like a little bit more room, and I'm lazy. But yeah, if you want to see some of my older pieces, I'm also pretty active on DeviantArt. I've been using it since like 2014, 2013. So check that out. I've been active on there for a long time. Don't look at my favorite folder. It's not a good time. Don't do it to yourself. You know, like it's all public. Don't do it. Anyways, yeah, like I said, you can see some of my older pieces. You can see me talk a little bit more about like some of the thought that goes into the like art process that I'm not able to get into and you know, like the Instagram box. And then also I post things that I don't really want to share on Instagram. Maybe they're not fully finished, maybe they're not really presentable. I usually end up like dumping that on the DeviantArt. So that's like a full gallery where you can see everything. Check out my YouTube channels. I already mentioned those. So that's the two YouTube channels, full stream archives, and then the highlights channel. If you would like me to work on a commission for you, whether it's one of the an RPG character like the vampire I have here, or Dungeons and Dragons, I've done hundreds and hundreds of Dungeons and Dragons characters at this point. I like it a little bit too much. I really like taking my time working on your character and making sure you're happy with the character and they're presented in the way that really represents what you want me to. You know, like I like those big character moments where, you know, they look silly, they look funny, they look cool, they look just awesome. Like I like talking about how best to represent your character with you. And that way, like, it's a fully finished, nice piece. So check out the commission sheet down below. It could also just be, you know, like a known character, Batman. Anime characters are also an option. Maybe not furries. I could probably do furries if you pay me a little extra, if you put a little bit of extra on top. But otherwise, you know, like just any other characters, I don't mind doing some art for you that way. Or, you know, one of your own characters. You know, one of your characters, one that already exists, anything like that. Just reach out to me if you don't understand the chart down below. I understand it's probably a little confusing. So just shoot me an email or contact me on Instagram. Make sure you put a little bit more about what you want or what about my art you like, because there's a lot of bots on my email, a lot of bots on Instagram. So it's a little hard to decipher who's a human being or who's actually like interested in having a commission done. So yeah, just expound a little is all I'm asking. You know, like, hey, I like this part about this, I love your art, you know, here's a commission that I like to be done about this character, and then go on a little bit about your character. Just so I know it's real, you know, like just so I know it's not a bot that's trying to get me to do art for some company. And then if you don't want to go through the process of doing a whole commission, you just want to make a quick one-time donation, I do also have my PayPal link down below. So that's also an option if you just want to drop a little bit there to show your appreciation. I'm not in dire need of money. I'm not, you know, like starving on the street, but you know, like my dream is to one day be able to like completely support myself on my art. And you know, any little bit that you can show that you like really appreciate the time that I spend on here, just makes me feel like really valued. You know, like I love being able to share my art. I'll always do art no matter in one way or another. But you know, like the more I actually feel like people are appreciating me, and the more I'm financially able to support myself, the more time I can actually spend doing this. You know, maybe instead of a 1 day, we can do a several day. Instead of 2 to 3 hours, it could be like 6 to 7. Who knows? But anyways, that's gonna be that. Maybe one day I'll just start like watching YouTube videos while I stream, because that's basically what I'm doing whenever I'm doing art anyways. Although it'd be like 90% like watching the majority report and watching like music channels, because that's a lot of what I do on YouTube. Anyways, that's not the point. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll be live again next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Tuesday. Is that everything? Yeah, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Tuesday on Twitch. We're gonna continue working on this piece, getting the actual inks done, or sorry, the line art finished for the character. Maybe doing some quick flats, because that takes me like 10-20 minutes. We'll see. No, I think that's 100% it now. Thank you. I don't know why I'm doing thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thank you. I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.